Coffee Time, and I am so glad. It's a privilege, a pleasure, as well as an honor to be able to come before you this morning. I'm glad to be alive. This morning, we're going to be talking about some very important things we've been doing all this week. We've been talking about how to get a man, how to keep one. I've been talking to my sisters, not saying that men don't need help. We're going to get on them next, but for now, we're dealing with how to get a man and keep one. All right. Today we're talking about why did he cheat? Lord have mercy. Why did he cheat? And I think this is worth you calling your girlfriends, your homeboys, and invite them, share, tell them coffee time is on. We've got a lot to discuss. Don't you go nowhere. You stay right there. We'll be back after this.
Coffee time, coffee time. Yeah, this ain't your average cup of joe. Listen, I need it in the morning, I need it at night. He always keeps it brewing, he always keeps it tight. Just a little sip, it'll get you right. Terrence Pickett always be the one that gets the coffee right. The coffee's right, the coffee's right in my life. It's never a wrong time over crime to get what's yours and to get what's mine. Come on. Coffee time in my life. Coffee time feels so right. I need a little sugar, put it in my cup. Can you serve it, Terrence? Let me know what's up. And at the end of the show, you can brew another pot. Just make sure you make it hot. Come on. Time in my life. Coffee time feels so right. I need a little sugar, put it in my cup. Can you serve it, Terrence? Let me know what's up. And at the end of the show, you can brew another pot. Just make sure you make it hot. Come on.
And good morning again. Welcome back to Coffee Time. It's been a long week. It has. It's been a long week, but it's been a quick week. Primarily because some of the things that we've been talking about has caused us to look at ourselves, examine ourselves, and face facts, face a truth, face a possibility, face that there's something in me probably that contributes to me being where I am in terms of a lack of a spouse. I don't think, first of all, I do not believe, and listen to me closely, I do not believe because you're single, you're wrong. So let's etch that out first. I do not necessarily believe that marriage is the goal for everybody. But for those of you where marriage is the goal, companionship is the goal, this is for you. If you're satisfied and single and you're happy and you're living your best life and you don't need a man, well, enjoy that. But for those of you that believe you're called to be married, you're called for companionship, you need to listen this morning. So let's do this before we get and go any further. Do me a favor, invite somebody, share. Will you please help us get the word out? Believe it or not, we are able to do what we do because of you. Your support, not just financially, but your support in sharing, your support in telling people about it, your support in showing up every morning. Don't you think just because, well, I don't give him no money, but I love the show. Don't think because you don't give that you're not just as important as those who financially support it. There are people that can do it. There are people that can't. Whatever you do, your support is appreciated and you're just as important as everybody else. So do me a favor, invite somebody, share. We're on all of our platforms. Let me do my good mornings. Let me do my good mornings. Cassandra Threets Thomas, good to see you again this morning. Kill Marie forever. Love Toya. Good morning. Gary Oliver, my New York homeboy. Good to see you, Gary. Susie Atkins, good morning. Lynette Lil Walcott, good morning. Barbara Gray, what up, Rev? Starlight, good morning. Pretty Black, good to see you. Pretty Black says, I'm loving the background. Thank you very much. So let me talk about the background for a second. I am addicted to change. I do my own graphics. I do my own designs. If you have a business, shameless plug. You have a business, you need graphics design, website. You need help with your business, understanding, hey, you need to hire me. I'll get you hooked up. Promise you, get you everything that you need so you can be successful in your business. Janice Lady Parker, good morning. Wayne Benedict, what up, bro? Marquita Kelly, good morning to you. Pi Wilkerson, grand risings to you. Pi, we were supposed to get together. It's time to do that. Sharita is enough. Jacobs, good morning. Rita. Tina, good morning. Angela Hobbs, good morning. Thank you. Angela Hobbs says, good morning, everybody. Very nice background. Thank you so much. You like my work. I appreciate that. Did it all myself. I sure did. So let's talk about it. Let's get it out in the open. First and foremost, we said it yesterday, it's worth repeating today. Cheating, being unfaithful is not segregated based on gender. I know, ladies, all men are dogs. I know that's what you think, but you'd be surprised. You'd be surprised. There's a multiplicity of reasons why people cheat, because we are talking specifically to the woman this morning. We're just dealing with men issues. We're trying to give at least wisdom, insight. There's no way that you can just single-handedly define why every man cheat. It's not cookie cutter. You know, this is not one size. It's not one size fits all. But there are some things as it relates to a man and how we think that can be identified as to the why behind the being unfaithful that does kind of fit every man. It doesn't mean he will cheat. You know, cheating, I believe, is the pulling back of the heart. It's the violating of that sacred place. And though we know cheating the way that we see it, why did he step out on her? And her and him, you can step out on each other. But there are more ways that you can cheat than just with another person. Whenever you have gone in covenant with someone, Teresa Bryan, good to see you this morning. Star Wright, good morning. Whenever you are in covenant with someone and you've committed, Michelle, now Michelle, you in Cuba, Brazil, whatever you whip, bring me something back, please. Thank you. I appreciate you. And those of you who have a YouTube channel, don't forget to watch us on YouTube. If you're on Facebook now, you have a YouTube channel. Make sure you like the Terrence Pickett's Coffee Time channel on YouTube. And if you have a YouTube channel now, just leave Facebook, go to YouTube. We get credit for that. We get paid. I don't know how else to say it. They pay us. They're going to pay us. The more you go, the more we get, because they will use our show for advertising. So anyway, people cheat. People are unfaithful. And cheating is not necessarily stepping out with another person. It's the evading of the covenant vow of the heart. That could be physically, it could be intellectually, it could be emotionally. And I know, when we think about, especially my people, when we think about cheating, there's only one way to cheat. What's that heifer name? Yeah, come on, y'all. Don't do me like that. Don't leave me out here by myself. What's her name? What's that trick name? Those are the things that we do. But I want to show you this for a second. A man can cheat with his toys. Whether it's, some of your men, some of your little men like PS5, and some of your little men, like cars and stereo equipment and all of those things, gadgets, whatever. When he begins to share that sacred time that you guys normally spend together, he began to put that in other places. It can be said that he's being unfaithful. No, it's not another woman or a man. Oh yeah, you got men who are in relationships and married with women that cheat with men. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. But anytime anything or anyone is invited into that sacred place, I give you something else, ladies. He can be cheating. For those of you that are going to YouTube, I see you. Thank you. Thank you. So I'm on about 7 or 8 platforms, and their numbers are going across the top, and Facebook numbers are going down, but YouTube numbers are going up. So thank you all. He can be cheating with himself. What do you mean? How do you cheat with yourself? Well, that sacred, intimate space that you all share, and I don't want to get too far in this. He could be taking that and spinning it with porn. He's so sick of you, he done went and got him a plastic doll. And he goes in on the doll. So the time of intimacy that you're supposed to be getting, he's replaced with a synthetic doll. Oh, God. What does that doll have that is more attractive than you? And why is he choosing the doll over you? So there are a number of reasons. Like I said, it's not cookie cutter on why a man cheats. But let me give you some. Let me give you a few that I Pi Wilkerson, thank you so much. Tina, thank you so much. Rhonda Oliver, thank you so much. They're complimenting the background. Now Janice Lady Parker say we cheat better. Lord Jesus. Lord Janice. You do. I give you that. Melissa Arroyo, good morning. Good to see you this morning. Thanks for tuning in. Let me give you just a few reasons on why I cheat. Trust is violated. Trust goes beyond just being with somebody else. Trust can be you mishandled his money. Trust can be he doesn't trust that you're going to carry out the things that he's asked you to do. It could be he shared something intimate with you, and you went and told his family, your family, it came up, and he's trying to figure out how they know when you're the only one that he's told. Violation of trust is one of the reasons. Janisha Jones says, why women cheat better is something to brag about. I'm just saying. I don't know if anybody should brag on cheating, because cheating is a very coward act. It's a very coward act. And when the man gets caught, he has more excuses than a man going to jail when a woman gets caught, I think it's a very coward act. I really believe if we're going to be mature and be adults about it, if there is something that the person you're with is not satisfying, that leads to a conversation. If that person that you're with has violated your trust, there needs to be a conversation. Now, let me help you all about trust. Janisha says, does that make women worse? No, it just makes you the majority. It doesn't make you worse because you cheat better. You're the majority. And there's some things in that I'm going to talk about another time. I don't want to touch it this morning because there is something that I want to address, especially when it comes to being unfaithful. When trust is broken, generally speaking, that man shuts down and starts to look elsewhere. Now, that's not every man. Some men, when the trust is broken, they need time. It's like trust is the equilibrium of the relationship. Did you not know your equilibrium is in your ear? This is something to me. In other words, what sits at the seat of the balance of your understanding is your hearing. Your equilibrium is in your eardrum. So what you hear has the ability to throw you off balance. Y'all remember in Fences when Denzel's wife came in to tell him that his side piece had died and he buckled at the knees? What he heard threw his balance off because our equilibrium is in our ear. So if you ever seen someone or experienced it yourself, your eardrum popping or bursting, it throws your whole equilibrium off. You have no balance. You can't walk. You can't stand. Because what keeps you balanced lives where you hear. So when trust is broken, it throws off the balance. And I'm going to be honest with you all. It throws a man's balance off because a man lives in the vein or the lane of, he's very rational. And when a man can't figure something out, he either gets mad or he shuts down. It's one or the other. If you ask a man something that he doesn't want to answer, he doesn't have the answer to, he's agitated because he's used to having answers because God made him to be the answer. So whenever he can't answer, he shuts down or he gets mad. This is why there's so many one of the reasons why there's so many angry men. There are things that they are confronted with that they cannot and they do not have answers for, so they shut down or they get mad. So when you break that trust with a man, you throw off his psyche, his whole system, that ego system that he lives off is thrown off. His equilibrium is off. And here's what he'll do. And I'm not saying he's right because he's definitely wrong in this. He's going to search and keep searching for somewhere to find stability. He's going to search to find somewhere where he can get stability and be in control. God made him that way. So sometimes it's not about the game. It's not about the car. We know the car doesn't need washing. He's waxed it 12 times. It's not about that. He is busy. It's not even about the other woman sometimes. He is busy finding something he can gain his balance and be in control. Men were created to lead. That's not ego tripping. That's called creation. So wherever he can find control, wherever he can go, and his management and leadership skills are respected, that is where he's going to build a habitation. That's why a man has a man cave. He's got to have control somewhere. You know, you go to the typical man that's married, he'll tell you in a minute, man, that's my wife's house, man. I go to my man cave, but the rest of that, he's not, and there's an exception to everyone, but he's not picking out the color of the drapes, the bedrooms, the color scheme, whether it's going to be safari or polka dots. He's not generally involved. There's some men that are and do it well, but he's not generally involved in that aspect of the building of the home. But let that contractor come out there and that drywall's not done. He's all over it. So a man is built to be in control. And when you disrespect that man and you take his power from him, he has no control. He's got to find something. He's got to find a place where he can gain his balance back. Well, I know I'm talking good. Y'all ain't saying nothing. You got your own stuff here. I know I'm talking good. He's going to find somewhere to get his balance back. It might be porn. It might be the naked bar. It might be video games, cars. It may be in the thing that he is praised for. But this man is going to go somewhere and he's going to find something that gives him control. Because when you disrespected him and you violated that trust, he lost power. Now his equilibrium is off. He cannot function. And a man is very rational. He's generally black and white. And when you've thrown those color schemes off and given him gray, he's got to find some way to gain his stability. The worst thing that you can ever do is disrespect a man to the place where he no longer has pride or authority in what he says. You want to irritate a man? Let him say something and you act like you didn't hear him. And this is where the work begins as it relates to us understanding each other. It's important for men to understand the woman that they're with. Watch this. But women, you being emotional is not an excuse for you to bleed on situations with your emotions and cause distortion. Because you get in your feelings and you say anything out of your mouth. You get out of control. You start responding and reacting out of your emotions. Then you have to come back later and apologize. But the damage has been done. And just because you say, I'm sorry, it does not remove the pain that you caused or the wounds or scars that you've created. Sorry is not a Band-Aid. It's not. This is why even in your emotional state, it's better for you to close your mouth. You can't make a man cheat, but you can run him to the door. I'm not saying that when men cheat, it's the woman's fault. I'm not saying that. But I am saying, don't you excuse yourself for the part that you have to play to running him to the door. Oh, I'm talking good. I'm talking good. There's a reason men shut down. It's a reason. There's a reason men shut down. You done said something to him. You have done something. Sometimes it's just you not landing a plane. You just talk. And he can't tell you talk too much because you're going to take offense with that. So a lot of times men are trapped in what they share because you got to use wisdom because you don't want to hurt her. You don't want to mishandle her. There's something that you see that if she corrects, it could help her. But you got to be careful. In the same discipline that it takes for a man to be able to handle his women, this same level of discipline should be practiced by you. First thing women say, well, you know how I am. What? How you are is not a justifiable reason to stay that way. You've got to change and become better for him. He needs to change and become better for you so you can find a meeting place of conversation where both sides are respected. But you get in your feelings and you lose control. And no, you're not responsible for the man cheating. I'm just saying you're part of the agitation that runs him to the door. You want that home and you want that place and that space with you to be a safe place for him to rest and be able to tell you the things of his heart. You'll ask a man a question and you know you really don't want an answer. You're trying to measure where he is. Because when he gives you the truth and you don't like it, you snap, you pay him back in a multiplicity of ways. Well, what are you doing? You're teaching him how to lie. Because he's not going to tell you the truth next time if you exploded this time. He told you the truth. You didn't like what he said. Now it's time for you to give him that good. And you want to hold back. You want to use sex as a weapon to maintain control. He's going to stop telling you the truth. You are coaching him, coercing him into lying. You've got to make that space and that place with you safe so he doesn't look anywhere else for what only you can give. You need to be his peace. Peace. Even if it means you giving him a piece. Piece. He needs to feel safe with you. He needs to know that even if he doesn't agree with you and he expresses that, you're not going to power trip and try and pay him back. You're not going to cook him dinner because you didn't like what he said. Who raised y'all? So these are subtle control tactics that are used. Where I'm from, it's called witchcraft. Just because you don't like what he said or you don't like what he did, that does not empower you to use your power against him to try and teach him a lesson. You're not his mama. Teach your children. When you're dealing with adults, have conversation. I'm so tired of y'all. I'm tired of you. Adults should be responding out of a level of maturity that exceeds childish behavior. There's a reason a man did what he did. He doesn't feel safe with you anymore. You violated the trust. Let me tell you something else. I'm going to tell you something about a man. God gave that man a job before he gave him a woman. So men tend to be occupational more than they are relational. You bashing his job, you're bashing a part of his makeup, because a man beats his chest about what he does, because before he had a woman, he had a job. His self-esteem is built in what he does. It is. Listen to men talk when they get onto what they do and what they can do. Even if it's cards or basketball, sports, even when they're talking about their team, their sports team, basketball, football, there's a level of ego that rises. And men, we take that stuff personal. I tell you, I am not a Gator fan. Florida Seminoles all the way. And you come to my house and we getting ready to go out with a Gator shirt on? No, you ain't going nowhere with me. Well, to you, well, I didn't think it was that big a deal. It's not a big of a deal. No, it's not a big a deal to you. It's not a big deal to you. It's a big deal to me. And we have to honor each other, even in these small things. Because little things, it's the small foxes that spoils the vine. It's the little things that add up. Around here with a gator. Girl, if you don't take that. God didn't die for no gator. He died for souls. Don't you know that the gator is the cousin to the serpent? It was the serpent that deceived the woman. Why would you want to be a part of the family of the snake? You hate snakes. You around here talking about gator. God didn't die for no gator. He died for souls, Seminole souls. Died for people. His promises is for people. God ain't no gator. All right. So when he's with you, and I'm over my time limit, I got 30 seconds, I'm going to get this out. You need to create a safe haven for him. Girl, it ain't all about you all the time. How you think, well, I took offense to what you said because I've done this, I've done that. A man don't care. Is he safe? Does he feel safe with you? If he doesn't trust you, he doesn't feel safe for you, he is going to find a resting place somewhere where he can be in control, where he can be safe, and where he can trust the environment that he's in, because you didn't make him cheat, but you did run him to the door. Misha, I tried to reach out to you. I know you from old dirty Gainesville. God didn't die for no gator. All right. Hey, y'all, that's coffee time this morning. We'll continue this either tonight or tomorrow. Yeah, we got a lot to talk about. If you've been following me for any length of time, most times, sisters, I'm with you. I'm on your side. This time, I've got to iron out some things that, ladies, you can do to make things better. Because a man loves you don't mean he's going to be with you. He can love you and leave you. You've got to create a safe space for him to be him and for him to feel like he's respected and he can trust you. Listen, I'm so glad God has called us to do life together. Without your ears, I don't have a voice. You make this possible. This is coffee time. This is what we do. Thank you for your love, your support through the years. Thank you for your love, your support, your financial contributions. For those of you that would like to financially contribute, sponsor Coffee Time, Cash App is on the screen. For those of you that support in other ways, I'm so grateful for you. Thank you. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for inviting others. Remember, you were born to win, predestined to succeed. There's nothing that can happen to you today that the wisdom on the inside of you can't handle. You got to calm down, slow down. Shh. You got to be quiet. Stop talking so much. Shh. Chill out and let wisdom speak. When wisdom speaks, you will always win. I don't care what you do. Remember to think higher, speak life, go have a productive day. And remember this, if you want a man, act like it. Become a safe place. And he'll dwell with you always.
Coffee time, coffee time. Yeah, this ain't your average cup of joe. Listen, I need it in the morning, I need it at night. He always keeps it brewing, he always keeps it tight. Just a little sip, it'll get you right. Terrence Pickett always be the one that gets the coffee right. The coffee's right, the coffee's right in my life. It's never a wrong time over crime to get what's yours and to get what's mine. Come on. Coffee time in my life. Coffee time feels so right. I need a little sugar, put it in my cup. Can you stir it, Terrence? Let me know what's up. And at the end of the show, you can brew another pot. Just make sure you make it hot. Come on.